Hey YouTube, this is Jeff with JMX Scope Mounts. Doing a little different video here. Nothing about guns today, but one of my other favorite hobbies, which is motorcycles. And I recently acquired a 1986 Interceptor 500. And what we're looking at here are the pieces of the fuel valve. And here's your actual fuel valve body, which I've cleaned this one up a little bit. Got it ready to go back together. But the problem with this fuel valve is that if you try to get a fuel valve kit for it, this is the kit that they sell for the 84 and 85. But the problem is that you can see this diaphragm in there is nowhere near the size of this one. It's much smaller. So live and learn. Got the wrong one. So I had to order the correct kit for it. So what I did is I ended up ordering the kit and getting all the supplies to rebuild this. And wanted to show you what I got, and just to give you a description of what you need to do if you need to rebuild yours, because you cannot buy this fuel valve in a complete assembly anymore. It's discontinued. So here is the Diaphragm Kit, and you could tell that it's considerably larger, same size as this one here. So this is the Diaphragm Kit. This will cost you, depending on your Honda dealer and what kind of deal he'll give you, around $43 plus tax. The second thing that you'll need is you're going to need the O-ring, and this O-ring goes on the fuel selector valve. And so it's an O-ring that's 35 millimeters in outside diameter, and the thickness or diameter of it is 1.66 millimeters. The next O-ring that you're going to need to acquire is this O-ring here, which is for your sediment bowl, and it's got an outside diameter of 23.71 millimeters, roughly, and the thickness of it is 2.4 millimeters. The final O-ring that you're going to need, and you can see this one looks a little odd, it is replacing this O-ring here, and it goes right inside of here, right inside where the fuel valve is. And that's to seal off the different passages so that you can have on, off, and reserve. Now, that O-ring has an outside diameter of 33.78 millimeters. It's 3 millimeters thick, and the holes in it are 11 millimeters in diameter. So you got to make that. Now what I did to make that O-ring is I got on eBay and bought myself a sheet of silicone rubber that was 3 millimeters thick. So if you search 3 millimeter thick silicone rubber on eBay, you'll find this. It's made by 3M. Pretty good stuff. There's other kind of rubbers that you could use other than silicone. I forget the name of the other kind that you can use that is suitable for this, but that stuff right there is what I found, and should work pretty good for making that O-ring. So there you have it on what you need: the Honda kit, the silicone rubber, and then these two O-rings here. And these O-rings here you can get at your, most hydraulic shops sell O-rings, and you can get them at a hydraulic shop. This one here came in a regular O-ring kit like you could buy at Northern Tool, places such as that. That's where I got that O-ring, so I had that out my service truck. The next thing that you're going to need is a hole punch kit, and this one right here is my 11 millimeter hole punch. So I think it's actually probably closer to 7/16, but but that fits, and is what you're going to need to be able to punch the holes for the selector valve O-ring. Let's see. All right. When you take this apart, your selector collar is on a couple of rivets, so you'll have to file off the end of the rivets and pry it off. Now what I did, I don't know if you could see in there, but I drilled out these little stobs so that I will have let me get a pointer here. That way I will have a good area to punch with a punch. So I'll be able to stick my punch down into this hole and expand this part of the metal to hold this back on when I'm done. Just a couple good punches in there with the tapered punch, and that should get that back together. Now I haven't gotten to the part for the gasket for where it attaches to the tank, but more than likely what I'm going to use on there will be some gasket material. I don't think that I'll use rubber. I will probably, which I could use the silicone rubber I got, but I will more than likely make one out of fuel-resistant gasket paper, something that would be, you know, in the area of more like about a millimeter thick versus, you know, something as thick as 3 millimeters. That's a little bit thick for doing that. So anyhow, I hope this might have helped you if you run into having to rebuild your fuel valve for your 86 500 Interceptor. Just remember that 84 and 85 are not the same as 86. So if you got an 86 like this one, this is probably what you're going to need in order to rebuild it and get it back working. So good luck with your project. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them below. I'll talk to you later. Bye.